Hey folks, this is the WooFDriver, trying another new technology. We've done this before, but we're actually streaming live right now. And we are at an area we go free ranging, and Wolfpack is on here with me. Sometimes they may go in and out of view, as I can't give you a 360 view. The technology's not there being live right now, but I can tell you that usually we'll have princess or tags that comes chasing me behind us, and it's always we're trying out the speaker. I hope you can hear me. Let me check to make sure it's working. Looks like it may be working. If you can't hear me real good, I apologize. But we're going to do a couple of live sessions, and we have bad connectivity, so we get cut off. Look, guys, here. You have to run, you'll understand. But also, always when we're doing this, when we're out in the wilderness, I have to keep my eyes very closely, very close on, of course, the Wolfpack. Now, in the beginning of our runs, which they're doing now, off camera, they are relieving themselves in the bathroom break, and that is usually brought on. It's a good thing. As they run, they have to perform the body motions and stimulate that, as well as wolves and other animals. In the middle of an encounter like that. It's a little knowledge for you there. So, right now, Wolfpack, I live because Zara is behind me. And I see people are saying hello on the feed, and I'm sorry I can't respond because I am actually driving the ATV. I'll give you a quick view. This is me. And I'm driving live. I've got this microphone on. Hopefully you can hear me, as I said before. So I'm going to switch it around, and so you get a view in front. But we're coming up here. I started broadcasting live pretty much at the beginning of our run. Roughly anywhere, if I can show you this, right, it's just leaves and anywhere from it could be as little as 3 miles to just I just can't type in there while I'm driving, and so depending on the conditions outside, the weather, and everything else, will determine usually how far we go. And of course, what the last run we did, the last activity we did, will determine how far I take. And I'm always monitoring. I have a handheld device, which I'll try to show next time, which is a GPS Garmin device, and each of their collars is radio GPS. It provides me with radio GPS statistics, so I can read the performance levels, and also it shows me where they're at. I can also engage them with different tones and different sounds, so I'm able to use that in case they would get distracted some, or in case they would go off some. They're told, I teach them to stay with me at least in visible range, and if there's anything up ahead, to stay closer to me. So I've taught them a couple of commands. Depending on the distraction, though, sometimes I need to call them back to me if something's ahead. So now I just took the turn. Let's see if I can give you a little bit of a picture there. And there's Zaro. And the rest of the four, maybe I can move this for a second to pan it. Unfortunately, I can't because of the way this thing's set up. But we're coming across the field right now, and they've been to this area before. This is over 500 acres here. So there's Zaro. I think he's showboating for everybody. So we have over 500 acres, full access to, and pretty much unrestricted. It's a farm, and there are farm animals here as well. Usually, they're not in areas where we run, so we won't have any direct contact without being behind fences. But the one farm we go to in the Shenandoah, actually we have to cross through the field with the cows, and that's pretty comical, fun, and also requires training on my part with the dogs, because you can find yourself in some precarious situations, as I'm sure you can understand. And of course with the cows, usually there's a bull, etc. Right now, the cows that we're going to come in contact with, if there are any here, again, will they be behind a fence, and I'll usually let the wolf pack go over to them and exchange kisses. The cows are very curious of the dogs, and of course the dogs are curious about them, but I actually think the cows are more curious about the dogs, so that's comical in itself to watch. Again, behind me is Chase, Princess, and Jag, the three white dogs. Zara's in front, you can see him looking now. And they're kind of more interested in the smells out in the fields, and not so much interested in being competitive right now. But as we run into any other wild animals that may be here, you'll see them pick up speed, or as I start to challenge them. When I challenge them with a little bit of speed, I'm in an ATV again, and this is electric, and that's why hopefully you can hear me clearly. And that is part of the method to what I do, because I don't have to start an engine, so there's no loud sounds. Gives me easier communication with the dogs, and it keeps my ears peeled for them if they would need me or make any sounds, as well as any other obstacles or animals ahead of me. I can usually hear them before I encounter them, which helps out totally. So right now we're on a stone road, which is, you can see in the camera, and again behind me is Princess. She's actually leading Chase and Jag, and Jag we call Lazy Bones because Jag usually he wants to conserve his energy for later on, because he likes to wrestle with the rest of the wolf pack, especially Chase, and when he conserves that energy, he has it for later. So he's what little bit of martial arts here we call the economy of movement, what Bruce Lee used to say all the time. That's Jag's favorite phrase, I believe, because he's very, if you watch us, we're going to try to do some live broadcasts, and there goes Chase. He's right in front of me now as well. Usually, and by the way, I'll let you know, Chase is the most avid hunter of all of them, and what I mean by that is he pardon me, I'm just checking everything here. What he does is he's usually first on a scent, first on a motion. You know, when dogs see, they don't have necessarily the clearest vision, so they're kind of what you would say farsighted, I guess, because, and I'm picking up a little speed here, so it might get a little windier or a little bumpy, but they actually, if you put a book in front of them, they can't really see it, the words clear enough if they could read to even understand it. But I'll give you a clear view. Here's all the wolf pack now. So they take a shortcut, and we don't always want them to take shortcuts and anticipate what you're going to do, because they lose their attention on you. You're supposed to be the alpha, the most important part of the pack daddy, pack mom, whatever you want to call it. You're the most important part of the pack. So as soon as they can anticipate what you're doing, they don't have to give you as much attention. So they cross-cut me, they shortcut me, but we're at a point, we've done this so many times, and I'm not gonna command them to necessarily follow me in a situation like that. But on our original training, we did. So in any case, getting back to Chase, he is the most avid hunter. He picks up on a scent the quickest, usually has the what I would call the keenest nose of them all, and with their vision, as I was saying, they're a little more nearsighted, so objects up close don't seem as clear or sharp as maybe to you or I. But if you learn, I keep this in mind when I'm out with them. And here comes Jag's in front actually now. There goes Chase. If you learn to think like them and kind of understand how they're watching, you'll notice that any movement ahead, they can detect the smallest of the movements. So maybe a blade of grass moves, and they're on it. They think maybe it's a field mouse, whatever. But as you start to think like them, I didn't believe it until I noticed way up ahead, I'm talking kind of out of my more in my peripheral vision, more in my far vision, I caught them picking up on groundhogs way in the distance, and I just was just pretty impressed with their range of vision there, far away. So, and that's why sometimes you'll drop a treat in front of them. If they're not using their nose, you'll never know. Come on, guys, let's go. If they tend to huddle up sometimes, they can be a little competitive if they think a scent may be there. This is Princess coming on my right side. Come on, guys. So if they get competitive on a scent, sometimes it can lead to a little bit of a bickering match. So what I do is I only let them be competitive for a couple seconds, and then I call their attention away from it the best I can. Depending on the scent or what they might be engaged or interested in. Now I've got the 3 white ones in front of me. Jag in front, Chase in the middle, Princess on the end. Depending on the scent, and Zara's behind us. Sometimes I have to be a little more commanding with them to get them away from what could be an altercation between them, or something I don't want them to be around, toxic scent or a toxic something that would harm them. So I'm coming to a wooded area now. You can see we're entering the woods, and this is very bumpy, so I apologize if the camera's moving a lot, but we're going to come down to a stream we cross. This is really cool back here. And again, I just got hit by a sticker bush. It's early spring here, as you know, so we're in Maryland. Today's about 61 degrees, but it's just starting to fill in with the greenery, and all of the shrubbery still got its teeth to it, stickers and everything else. And there's Princess just cutting me off. Zara's way in front, and I can look ahead on my GPS tracker. I can see him now with my eye, but I can look ahead and make sure he's in the appropriate area. I know where the stream feeds in, where we cross it. Make sure he's usually hanging there for me. And that's where we all kind of stop for a couple minutes and let them get their dip and zip in the pond, in the water. Actually, since it's a little cool out, I'm sorry, I'm getting stuck here. You can see Chase is already going over there. Chase, come on, good boy. Come on, back, good boy. So he started to go ahead of me, and I called him, and you can see he's coming back, and he's the one furthest out. And he wants to keep going. He doesn't want to stop. Again, he's a hunter. He thinks there might be something back here he hasn't discovered, and he wants to get to it. That's where their competitive nature. And again, we're talking, this is very common amongst dogs because it's part of the heritage from wolves. So first to the prey, or first to what they would find, means they have first access to it and can take possession of it. So this is the stream we cross, and the 3 are here. I'm going to have to kick this in 4-wheel drive. Right there's a big mud hole, and I'm going to real quick. Excuse me. Lost the headset there for a second. The 3 are in front of me. Zara's on the side, and Zara, as soon as he sees me move, it's if you have a loose dog, if your dog gets away from you, or you're teaching the dog to follow you. Come on, guys. Princess, good girl. If you're teaching them to follow you and they're not responding to you, a good way is to turn around and walk in the opposite direction. Of course, as long as it's safe, if they don't follow you. And the reason I say this is, as soon as they see you not wanting to be part of what they're doing, they want to go with you. Come on, guys. Come on. Good girl. So, sometimes Chase and Princess are extremely competitive, so we can get some bickering with those two, especially because when Chase was a puppy, Princess used to like to really play hard with him, and now that Chase is a grown man, Chase is 6 years old, and Princess is 12 years old, he wants to show her that he's not that cute little puppy anymore, and he's a man, so he will give her a tough time. Oh, excuse me, camera fell there. He will give her a tough time, and that can be problematic. So again, you got to know your dogs. You got to know their temperament, personalities, and my favorite saying is expect the unexpected. Because when you least expect it, something shows up and causes a whole issue or problem, whatever the case may be. And we've run into that many a times. I can't tell you, I've run into loose dogs, which can be very problematic. So I carry the appropriate gear to deal with it. And I've run into, again, we're on a farm here. I've run into cows in the middle of our trail. And I was kind of like, whoa, where'd that come from? Did not expect that. And of course, I let the farmer know right away that the cows, and that happens occasionally here. Again, continuing through this wooded area, which is fairly big. And again, the dogs have 100%, excuse me for falling there. This camera's falling, the mount's not the best. The farms have the dogs have 100% access here, but I want to keep them, oh, I thought we had a bird of prey, but that's just the way the stump's cut in the distance. And we will see a lot of hawks and falcons around here. Actually run into a coyote here in the distance. The dogs, of course, picked up on them. But I don't like to let the dogs meander too much off the trails unless we're in the fields, because it's harder for them to get back to me. Come on, guys. And they can get lost back there, for lack of a better term. Not so much lost, but get caught up in stickers or whatever the case may be, and then I got to get off the vehicle. Come on, Chase. So Chase is on a scent to my right, and again, we gotta be aware where everything is. And right now in front of me, come on, Chase! Chase is lagging her behind because he's picking up some sort of scent there. Zorro's in front, Jag's behind him, and Princess is right next to me, closest to me, in front though, and Chase is out of view behind me. We're coming to the end of that little runaround, which is always fun here. There's always a lot of scents. Princess, good boy, Chase. Come on. No. Good. And usually Zorro and Princess are the best together with those two, and as Chase and Jag are the best together between those two. They all get along with each other, but as in any wolf pack or dog pack, sometimes you'll have a dog challenging another one or being competitive, and a little bit of bickering can always break out. So always want to be prepared for that. Now I've got Chase in front, Zorro in the middle, Princess in front also, or third behind, and Jag's over behind me in the woods picking up what's up. So let me call him. Come on, Jag. Good boy. Now, if he doesn't respond right away, what I'll do is I'll give him a page, and that's just a tone through the collar. And actually, Jag's getting into something. You can't see me or behind me. Nothing bad, and actually here he comes. So I gave him, you might have heard that beep, that was a little bit of a tone, and you can do different tones, so you can hit it a few times. If you think of something like Morse code, if you know what that is, you can teach them. If they hear continuous tones, it might mean return to you. If they hear dotted tones, maybe 3 tones, it might be to plots, or what we call plots, get into a down position. I'm sorry, I'm giving you some lingo from the way I train the dogs, which is some German technology, some German terminology. Come on, guys. Come on. Good boys. Come on. Some German terminology, because the gentleman who taught me, the master dog trainer, teaches what they call Schützen, which is German protection, which most military and police dogs are trained with, and he used to train police dogs and military dogs, and he would actually put a bite suit on and teach them different commands. So those commands are good to know because they don't get mixed up. You won't have other people hearing them, saying them. Come on, Chase! You won't have other people saying them, and the dog's getting confused, especially if you're out in public or wherever the case may be with your dogs. Usually, of course, and oh, by the way, this is a beautiful spot. I'm going to take a breather here. This is where it's a live stream. The water flows in, and it's moving water again, so it's not stagnant. And Princess! Good girl. Come on! Good girl. I just didn't want to near that area because sometimes that area, the fence will be electric for the cows, for the cattle. But I don't see any cows here, so I'm not sure if it is. But we always go on the side of safety and cautiousness. So that was probably a quarter of the farm. Come on, guys. That's where we started. I'm back to my original spot, and I'm going to take a left here and head down to what is a fairly large pond. If you've been with me on any of the rides in Virginia, it's not as big as the 70-acre pond they have down there, or actually a lake, but this is still pretty big, pretty good size. And the dogs can actually get in there. It's all safe. And I've talked to the farmer for all these areas, as I said before, but just to make sure they are going to be safe and we're not going to run into anything. And you have to be prepared for that when you're on the ATV here, that Jag's looking at something. That's Jag and Chase in front. That the dogs can stop at any given moment for no reason at all and just plop down in front of you. I got all four now right in front of me. They'll just plop down in front of you and start rolling. So you want to be careful not to hurt them with the vehicle. So we're very soft. And this is a field of come on guys, and you'll notice I make sudden calls to get their attention. It's all in your voice and how you say it. And so you might notice my tones and the way I speak to them. But to the right of me is, I'm not sure if that's barley or winter wheat they grew. It's some crop. They grow soybeans here, lots of corn, and as I said, barley and wheat, and I guess it's wheat and alfalfa, hay, of course. So I'm going to give you a view now. I'm going to turn the camera, turn the vehicle. That is Chase on the left, Princess in the middle, and Zorro on the right. And Jag is going around being Jag. Jag's the prankster of the crew for sure. Come on, Jag! And he wants to explore everywhere, and be usually where he shouldn't be. Princess is really enjoying. You'll notice she gets her. Oh, okay. Hi, Joanne. I can read now. Sorry. The dogs can always ride with me, but I've tried putting them in here and they want to run. Now, Princess being the 12-year-old, the oldest of the bunch, she occasionally will ride with me in the dog cart. But here, they don't want to ride. What we do is, if there's any ever time when they're tired, we'll just stop and take a break right where we are. We can do that here. The only thing I have to be careful of is farm equipment, if they're farming here or plowing the fields, whatever the case may be. Come on, guys! So, let me give you, I was thinking Jag was going to go on the dock there. Let me see. Joanne says it's too long. Actually, Joanne, I've only been out here. This is good. We've been out here for a mile, 1.9 miles. These dogs can go, well, the breed can go 100 miles plus in a day. We don't do that. But if I take them for this little bit, they'll be so rambunctious and excitable, they won't have gotten their energy out of them. So I need to get a good 3 to 5 miles just to start. Hey, Jag, just to start. And sometimes that's a little hard. So let me see where the Jag man is. Jag, come on, good boy. There he is. He's down and come on, Jag. I told you Jag likes to get out of there sometimes. He's by the farm equipment. They actually knocked a lot of trees down here. The EPA heavily monitors our farms in this area, and they have to abide by a bunch of trees down, especially because water flows through here. There's a body of water. They have to do what the EPA says. So the dogs are to the left of me now. Coming up, I'll give you. There, Jag's coming into view, and got all four of them on my left. Usually on my left, you can see Jag in front right now to the left. It just went out of view. Usually the cows are there to my left. That's one of the big areas. I don't see any today. There's many parts to this farm. And in fact, there's a front area to the farm that I usually don't access because they have beautiful Clydesdale horses and they're riding them a lot, as well as there's a lot of other dogs up there. So I try to keep this area a little bit to myself, which I thoroughly enjoy. Looking for more questions, anything. When I stop, I can usually address the questions. And sorry, the wolf pack's a little to the side right now. I'll try to get some views here. All throughout here, there's streams that meander through it, and of course that pond we just passed. So we have access to water to cool them down, especially on warmer days. So good for them to get their paws. They emit heat through their pads, and that is a good way to cool them down, as well as under their chest where their internal organs lie. So Princess, being the smart girl that she is, will almost always, whenever we get to an area that is shallow, she'll lay down in there and get her whole chest wet. It really helps cool her efficiently. And if not, like that pond area that's a little deeper, she'll just walk in until the water's up to her chest. So I hope you're able to take in views here, because this is, I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm so interested in documenting everything I do with the dogs, the wolf pack I call them, because this is, it's kind of unusual that I'm able to, that I have these farm areas, for lack of a better term. That's what they are, most of them. One that's not, one that's just open fields. But I'm able to access them, and the farmers have been so kind. I'm noticing Ruth here. Yeah, the dogs can always ride with me. Again, I have, come on guys, come on, Chase. And so they're huddling a little bit down there, and I just gave them a little, just a paging tone to let them know let's go. And again, one of the reasons I do that is to prevent any altercations. But they can always ride with me. But because of the way we're set up here, and I know everybody here, God forbid any issues would happen with any of the dogs, I'd take them right here and take them right to the vet. I'd put them right in the ATV with me, or I would call for help if I needed it. So there's always someone around here able to get to me. Now, when we're on the bike trail, if you ever watch me mushing the dogs, come on, Jaggy, you'll see that we have a vehicle, a support vehicle, that is usually tracking us. Come on, Jag. Good boy. Come on, good boy. Jag gets so into his own thing that he doesn't always want to be where all the other dogs are at. Come on, guys. And so there's always a way. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, this is again. Come on. A pretty unique setup which I do with them, but I love it. I mean, the dogs are the love of my life, and I love getting out there in nature with them, and this has opened my eyes up to nature in so many ways. Come on, guys. Good boy. And praise is always super important whenever we're doing any of this. When they respond to you, you want to praise them as much as possible and let them know what a great job they're doing. Come on. This is another huge field. Now I'm going to get ahead of it, so I apologize. Maybe I should put the camera in the back next time. Come on, Jaggy! Jag's over the field. Actually, I see some cows behind me. Okay, so we've got the three of them behind me. Again, I apologize. I'll try to do it for next live broadcast so you can see. It's so cute with them all coming up. But we got Zorro in the lead and Princess in second. Chase is in third and Jag's in fourth. And the only reason Jag's in fourth, he's a little guy, very small for the husky breed, but he can move quick. Let me see if I'll turn around in a second and give you a view here. To the left of me, now I'm coming upon this beautiful horse farm. I don't see any horses out today, which is not part of this farm, but we always say hi to the horses when we come by here. It's a beautiful area. Okay, so they're coming around, and I'm going to give you a quick view of the truck today and show you what the view looks like coming back from them. And here they come across the hill. Come on, guys! You will see them, too, I promise. Come on, guys! There we go. Also, an interesting topic is how I feel they get the most exercise. It's all about it's nice how much energy they burn up and what kind of commitment they put into it. And different sports we do, like the Amazing Chase, which is sport horsing, will be a little more call on their instinct most, and it'll keep them chasing. So that's a sport where I really monitor their physical commitment and condition as we go, because they can get carried away quickly. Okay, guys, so I'm coming upon, there's some houses that border this field. Come on, Zorro! And Zorro! You don't want to go to the houses because they're private houses. And there's a story about this farm. Okay, now we've got Zorro in front. Come on, guys. And this doesn't give you a wide enough view. Got Chase and Jag to the left. Actually, Princess is, you can see her shadow almost. She's right to the left. Come on, Chase. There is, again, I hope you're with me here. Let me check my voice. Yeah, I think actually it's working. So, the story goes, this farm was once owned, I think it was, oh, I've got to watch out here, got a groundhog hole, huge holes that cause issues for the farm equipment, as well as the cattle that are on there. Chase, Jag! Come on! See, Jag is meandering way to the left. Come on, guys! Come on, Jag! Because he's trying to shortcut the other dogs. I've got Chase, Princess, and Zorro behind me. And I will also read to you the stats, the performance levels, when we're done here. But this farm was over, I believe, excuse me, it fell, over 1,000 acres. And a family owned it, the same family that owns it now. But when, through the generations, a couple of the family members have sold their portion. So what we have is, it got split up into large houses. Some of these private houses, which the main farmer now, who was just a young man when that all went down, he's in his mid-70s right now. He, come on, Chase! Good boy. He's not happy. Princess to my left. Now, Zorro and Jag are way in front of me. I don't know if you can see that, but they're still within my vision. What I would say is fun. That's Chase and Princess just engaged. They were exploring for that. That's what it's all about, letting the dogs do what they want to do. So, again, they're not attached to this vehicle at all. This field's carrying consents. So, looks like Chase is right in front of me, and he's just looking around. I can't repeat this game. I apologize for that. Let me see. Zorro, Vanessa's asked how old Zorro is. Zorro is the youngest, but not by much. Chase and Jag are 6. Zorro's like 5.5. And Princess is the oldest at 12. She's a little better than 12 now. And you can see right in front of me is Chase. There's out here last year when they were growing. This was a cornfield. And I see, do they get along with other animals? Well, maybe once. It's usually that way. So that's one of my biggest obstacles is being on the lookout for anything that might cross our path, because we do occasionally other animals, and because they're considered what you can consider a pack between a dog and a together, they will look to make that animal into their prey instantaneously. So I have to be ready to call them off on that potential problem. And occasionally it'll happen where they might get the best of the animal. Most of the time I'm able to get them off the animal. And someone said, well, about resting them. Here they are, just taking the time going through the field here and exploring to their heart's content. And there's a little dog in the distance at one of these houses. There's Princess. That is always one of our fans. Comes by and says hi. She doesn't come in the field here. Now, we do have Chinese Crested at home, a small Chinese Crested, so the dogs, usually by breed, the Husky is not real good with small animals, especially cats. They look on them as prey, and that's the way they engage them. But you can raise them differently to the best. You can't always take all the instinct out of them, but to get along with certain animals, you certainly can train them that way. There's Princess. Chase is just getting in the pond. Jag's coming up the right side, and Zorro's coming right behind me. Going back. See any more questions. So you can see, I mean, what a beautiful setting. I just get so excited when I see them just enjoying themselves thoroughly. That's Chase getting out of the pond right there. Princess is in there. She comes close to swimming, especially if it's warmer, but doesn't quite. She flirts with the idea of getting her paws off the ground. Chase is a swimmer. He's about the only one that swims. Okay. And Zorro goes in the water as much as the rest, but he goes in just the most shallowest, just to get maybe up to what you would call a little bit past his ankles, maybe towards his kneecap. What would be his knee? Okay. And, anybody else have any more questions? I hope you're hearing me. Please chime in and let me know. I'd love to answer more questions. We are stopped here. We take a break, usually anywhere from just 60 seconds to as long as 15 or 20 minutes. I've even brought a little bit of lunch out here and chilled out. There's a little picnic table across the pond here. This area actually gets rented out, from what I understand, for weddings and other affairs on the weekends. And there's Princess, and you can see how high, I don't know if you can see it clearly, how high the water got on her, and there she's going to take a roll. She's rubbing her body, scratching her back. If it was snow there, I'd say make it snow angels. Wolf angels. So that's where we're at right now. I hope you're enjoying the show here. Trying to keep it all rolling. And we've been into this ride for 36 minutes. Now I'll give you some quick stats. Okay, so this is the GPS receiver unit. Okay, so Chase is at about 3.10 miles with an average speed of 6.82 miles per hour. Jag is 3 miles, so Chase went 1/10 of a mile further with his average speed of almost 6 3/4 of a mile per hour at 6.75. Going through now, Princess is 2.98, so she's 0.12 miles, 0.12 of a mile, I guess you would say, short of the furthest one who's Chase so far. Her average speed, though, is 6.80 miles per hour. And then got one more to check, and he's usually the fastest, and that's the Z-Man. That's Zorro. Let's see if we can pull him up here. Zorro is, actually, he didn't go as far as Chase. Again, Chase is the hunter, so he'll go the furthest, usually. And Zorro's speed, 7.51 miles per hour. So he's just leaps and bounds ahead of the rest. You can see Princess right ahead of me. She's still laying down. Because she's the oldest, I usually let her energy level and capacity dictate our trip, or our outing adventure, if you will. And right now, since she's laying down, that means she's on break. So we stay here as long as it takes for her. She'll bounce up at some point, or if for some reason I would need to move again. This is a working farm, so if the farmers came across and they were tilling the field or maybe harvesting the crop, whatever, excuse me, we would have to move out of our way. And it's so wonderful because it's so large here. We never have to tell ahead when it was here, because there's at least at one area where I can get some mileage in for the dogs. And when I say get some mileage in, again, they need to get their quota in, or they are just not having it. And as Princess goes, another thing to keep in mind because of her age is if she rests for too long, so if we don't do an activity for too many days, everything gets stiff on her. Her joints start tightening up. So when we go out to do an activity, it's not as fluid. Her muscles, her joints aren't as fluid, and it's actually harder for her. So consistency is the key here. She got up, as you see. I'm going to go to the left. They might come around the pond. Chase is right in front of me, and we're on the move again right now. So, all cool. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. Let me know. I'd love to share my knowledge. Here we go, a little activity here. Jag is looking to engage Chase, but here we go. He's trying to get him. So this is kind of funny when this happens. And let's see if it happens. He's looking to do it. Chase is kind of acting all innocent, like, I don't want to play. But let me tell you something. Chase can be a bad boy too. He wants to play. Okay, so Jack's picking it up. There we go. Jack got some ball. Now we're gonna reroute. Now that was 2 sides of the farm. Come on, guys. Come on, Jack. There's 4 sides of the farm. We were on 2 sides. I'm gonna reroute. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit on some of the area I went to access another quadrant of the farm, which is probably. So I hope you can stay tuned for that. Coming down this little farm road here, we're going to get to the standard gravel road. I'm going to take a left. All dogs are we're crossing, so Zorro just got this is shortcut behind me from the field. Come on, pretty girl. That's it, good girl. Now, the dogs there, they never know which way I'm going to go when I got to that junction. Again, always keep them on their toes, switch up positions on them if you can, so they can't anticipate what you're going to do. So they have to keep their main focus on you. As you do almost any activity. Teaching a dog to heel. Randomly, their attention's not on you, you're not going to get the desired result you're trying to get when you're training them and when you're out in the field with them. So what I'm noticing is a lot of what they seem to be turkey buzzards, which are, I'm not sure, they might be crows actually. If they're turkey buzzards, it means something dead ahead, deer, carcass, whatever. So I would want to be cautious as I proceed. I want to keep the dogs away from that. They're actually crows, I'm seeing them now. And what I believe they're doing is getting some of the seed from the fields, from the plants, and from when the farmer planted, etc. So now you can see our pace is definitely slower as we've got 3 miles in. Chase and Zorro, again, they're in the front. My wheel dogs, that's what I call them, on a dog sled, a professional mushing sled, or most dog sled teams. You have different positions the dogs are called, different names. I'm sure you've heard of the lead dog is in front. Usually the wheel dogs are towards the back, and they do a lot of the grunt work. So they're usually strong and capable of pulling more. So their position's important. And I call Princess and Jag my wheel dogs. It's a little bit of a joke, but because they're usually in the back when we're running on the dog sled on wheels, on my dog bikes, they're next to the wheel. They're all next to the wheels, but they're usually closest to the wheels. So joke there. But actually, they all know the commands, sled dog commands. I've taught them all. Zorro and Chase probably respond to them, and they are, I would say, the most fit, and that's why they're my lead dogs, technically speaking. We're still going here, and this, I'm going to access one of the most beautiful areas of the farm again. I haven't been here yet. Some of this you might recognize, some of it I know it all looks the same. You're watching on a little screen, but some of this might look familiar. I was here a little earlier because I do have to backtrack to the farm. And again, I'm being respectful here, not riding through the fields because some of the fields are not related. But till means they're ready to receive seed. So I don't want to ride through them. When they're frozen in the winter, I can ride almost anywhere. But this time of year, as they're getting ready to put the crops, plant their seeds, I want to stick to the dogs. The dogs can run almost anywhere. Crops. And actually, herds of deer will mess them up. They'll lay down sometimes on the soybeans and cause other problems, but that's always part of farming. So this is what I call probably the most majestic part of this farm that we run. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see, just open fields. And unfortunately, just the limitation of everything we're doing here doesn't show you all of it. Princess just came in front, and Jag's coming in as well. So if I could show you Chase, let me try to show you Chase. He thinks he's on a mouse. Okay, so he, you'll see him bounce around, and it's so funny. In the deep summer, he'll actually bounce up and down as he thinks he's chasing the field mice. So he's doing his thing here, just being positioned. Again, I'm trying to balance out all their energies, and what they want to do to keep their attention and their interest. So I look for the dog that's lagging behind the most, and look for the dog that's ahead of the most, and try to balance those energies. There we go, Princess is coming. And this is going to be an area where we're going to go pretty quick. I'm going to get ahead of the dog, but since I haven't been able to give you this much today, I'm going to give it to you all. Keep them in front of me. Come on, guys! Come on! Actually, here we go. And, most definitely, I think I'll put the camera behind me next time. I apologize. Zorro is coming in front. Zorro and going 25 miles per hour plus. I'm talking all of them. Even Princess, who again is the oldest. Through another area now, which is another farm road. You see that difference in construction here. And this is a house where one of the farm hands, we call them farm hands, people that help out here on the farm, live, I believe. It just got re-tenanted. Come on, guys! Good boy. So, it used to be another gentleman now, I think. It's a woman that lives there, and again, these people know I'm here running the dogs, so if they have dogs, they'll usually stay out of my way. Keep the grounds the best to do what I want to do. I'm going to come upon a shed here that's open, and we are coming to an area where we take a break usually. Come on, guys. Boys. Okay. So there's a little bit of debris, well, I guess work debris. They're working maybe plumbing. I'm gonna call the dogs over. Come on, guys, here. Come on, sorry, good boy. Hey, good boy, come on, good boy. And I'm in front of the camera. Plots for me, good boy. Plots, good boy. Chase, plots, get it. Plots, chase. Throw it, plots. Come on, Chase. Plots. Good boy. Good boy, Jag. Princess is doing a bathroom break, and again, this really excites them, and quite frankly, gets their body moving. So they take a lot of bathroom breaks. Really healthy for them. Come on, good girl. Good girl. You're a good girl. Come on, good girl. Plots. Good girl. Plots. That's good girl. So this is kind of a good girl. I'm going to go by. Good boy, Zorro. Good plots. Good plots, Jack. Good plots. Chase, he's out again here. So this is kind of what we call a break that I'm commanding them to take, for lack of a better term. Oh, Jag plots. Good boy, plots. And what we want to do here, plots, good boy, plots. Good plots. Notice when I plots them, I stroke them, usually from head to tail. Let them know it's good to have their body on the ground. And this is a position, again, this is a kind of a commanded break. I just want them to chill. I don't want them to get in anything. When we stop and they become bored, they start picking up on all kinds of stuff. And that's when a little bit, again, bickering can occur and unwanted behaviors. So if I'm going to take a break for a while in a confined area, this is relatively confined. I don't want to get too far from here. I'm going to ask them to plots or lay down on me. Now, the plots position, again, that's German. I use that versus sitting because sitting doesn't work too well. It takes them longer to get up naturally from a laying down position. So I can react if a deer would come across our path right now. I can, or some other distraction or obstacle that they wanted to go after, I have more time to command them. Now, normally they should just lay there, but again, expect the unexpected. Anything can happen at any given time. And I'm just going over free ranging 101 here, how I go about it. So we're chilled. Right now, our mileage, you can see me, I'm in front of the camera, I'm going to check. We're at Zorro, plots, Zorro, plots. And right now, our mileage is at 4.1 miles. And I'm just going off Zorro's mileage. So they're all within, we've all been together there. Again, how they cut across the field determines their mileage. And one of the dogs could go, actually I've had it where they go 1.5 miles less than the other dogs. They just did short cutting and cut across the fields and didn't meander as much. So it's a good way of determining their physical conditioning, and their engagement. Princess looks like she's ready to get up and roll. I just stopped here to basically show you how we do it. Chase is so cute. He's got his head between his balls. And this is usually an area we'll stop because it's somewhat secluded and get a good view of the farm. Again, straight ahead, I don't know if you can see in the way distance, are houses that border this farm area. And there are no real fences there, so it's all by command. And all this free ranging is, as you can see, there's no leashes. It's all by command that we do it. I hope you're enjoying this free ranging episode. I try really hard, again, to bring it to everybody, the activities and adventures we do, because they're really exciting and I just enjoy them so much. And I want to share because there's so much we can do with our dogs. I think that sometimes we forget that, or we just maybe we don't know. And I know this is a little out of the, or a little extraordinary, a little out of the ordinary, because it's not something everybody has access to, these farm areas. But it is kind of an interesting concept if you can find a farm in your area, and or just someone with a lot of land. It doesn't have to be 500 acres like here, but just with a lot of land, you can maybe make some sort of arrangement, maybe to bring your dog there and train them to run off leash or to work off leash. Again, you can't do this in public areas because of all the leash laws and because of all the situations that might happen. So that is free ranging. We're still going to keep going. You're welcome to stay with me as long as my phone holds out. I've got a charger on here, but this is one of the few times I've been doing it this way. And we are still alive. And as long as it holds out, I'm gonna keep going. I'm looking for any messages, any new messages. I think my phone is starting to run a little low on memory here, so I might have to wrap this session up. But we're having a great time, and it's beautiful weather. This is what the dogs love to do, and I hope to be able to do another event soon live. So please stay active on the Facebook page, WooFDriver. If you engage a lot of what I put there, you'll be able to get a lot of my updates. Facebook, I know they have their own algorithms, how they keep you in the loop sometimes or don't show you the feed, whatever. But hopefully you'll be able to see when we're going to go live next. And I'm hoping actually it's going to be within the next day or so. Look also, we're hoping to do some live midnight mushing runs. And midnight mushing, again, is when we take the dogs on the bike, go to different trails all over the East Coast of the United States, use special IR cameras and night vision equipment so we can see in the night. The dogs have some built-in IR vision automatically, so they can see just fine. And it's kind of interesting, some of the sights and sounds we're privy to see. Zorro, plots. So you can see Zorro. He wants to be with me the most. Plots. Zorro, good boy. Good boy. Plots. Come on, good boy. Good boy, Plots. Good boy. I'm going to do one thing, and I'm going to release them, Plots, so you can see how we get up and go. And sometimes when I release them, that can be a tumultuous situation because you got a lot of competition going on. They get up and they want to be first out of the gate to get to the next area we're going to go to, or the next animal they may run into, or the next scent they may pick up on. So what I'm saying is there could be some bickering. So again, expect the unexpected, and you want to watch this happen. But I'm going to tell them, I'm going to give them the magic word, and here we go. Free! Come on, guys. Good boys. Come on. Good boys. So you can see they bounce up pretty quick. Come on. Good boys. They bounce up pretty quick, and they're ready to go. And I'm going to, well, it's not going to be a whole lot of view because I usually race them. I call this the runway, where I'm going to this part of the farm next. Come on, guys. And I call it the runway because it's just a long strip of land. But I'm going to fly down it. As long as my phone holds out, I'm going to keep you guys in tune here. I'm going to fly down and turn the vehicle around so you can see them running towards me. As long as Chase doesn't go. Chase is in front of me now. And as far as now, he's in the middle. And again, I don't want to cause a problem. I don't want to put the entire truck. Just got Princess is a diva. Ready for it. So let me see. I just raced them. Sorry, I had to pay attention to the phone. And I'm going to show you what it looks like right now as they approach me. And we'll close out this free ranging day with that. They're coming up right now. And they're coming to me. I don't know if you can see all four. But come on, guys. Good boys. Here comes now. I'm trying to say. Well, okay. You've got Princess is on the right, if you can know this. Jag's in the center, coming up the quick. No, no, no. Chase, good boy. Princess, no. Zorro, good boy. Good boy, Zorro, no, good boy. Now that is a hoof or a bone. Come on, guys. That is a hoof or a bone that they picked up, and that's how you get them off of it. You just tell them N-O. The most important command you'll teach your dog is no. And you see they dropped it. And that happens a lot, though. But that would be lead to a confrontation between at least two of them, because who's going to get the bone? And that's where the hierarchy of a wolf pack, of a true wolf pack, how it evolved, and how it plays a part into the dog's position in the wolf pack. So who's more submissive, who's the alpha, the leader, etc. And we need that, they need that to be able to get along with each other. So this is the WooFDriver, and because I'm going to be running out of space on my phone, how we're doing this broadcast. Come on, Chase. I'm going to be signing off right now. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and please leave me comments and look for future broadcasts because we'll be doing this a lot. This was fun. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.